Let's move back now to Mpumalanga, where Premier Refiwe Msweni-Tsipane, we understand, is about to speak.
In this case, what is your role in this case? So police were able to deduce exactly who did what, and then who's supposed to be apprehended, who is supposed to be a witness in this regard. That is why we are saying only 2 were to be apprehended, and the remaining ones, they remain witnesses in this case.
Premier, if I may ask, are there any security improvements, measures that have taken place since this incident took place about 2 weeks ago?
Well, you recall that we indicated equally that we need to have an assessment report which is about to be concluded. I was even briefing the family now to say that they will be concluding the report shortly, and upon completion of that report, it will then come to us so that we look at it and then we put budget in accordance with the recommendation. And once that is done, we will still come back again to inform them what is it that we ought to do, and immediately we are going to start with the security improvement as recommended, as guided by the report that we shall be having at our disposal. Yes, it is work that is still underway, but as we have indicated and promised that we will have timeless security to come and guard this area. So that is happening, and the family also confirmed, and they were very happy about that. Whilst we still await the finalization of the report, we don't want to jump the gun and then only to find that it is not recommended. To us, it would become an irregular expenditure, which we don't want to do things that are not informed by a scientific evidence, and therefore we need to be a bit patient. It's just coming to the end of its conclusion. Once we receive it, we will act very swiftly.
Yes. Sorry, I just have, if I could just ask you to just maybe repeat the arrests and maybe just speak to us about the kind of people that were arrested, because what was done to Gogo was very brutal, and many would say that there was a lot of anger that was that she experienced, and the brutality around how she was attacked. Was it an inside job? Do we know anything about these arrests? Do we know anything about these individuals that were arrested?
Well, indeed, what was done, it was uncalled for. It was extremely brutal. It's something that one would not have expected to be done, especially to such a frail old woman. And therefore, that says to all of us, people have lost their conscience. And therefore, for you to do something, you must think twice, you know. And these people, they just did not want to think about their action and the implication thereof, even the consequences. And therefore, they just wanted what they want, and then they got what they wanted and left Gok very devastated. Now, that to us, it says that you are dealing with people whose conscience is not alive. And therefore, these are young men, not necessarily young, probably between the 40th at most, 40th of age, and people that ordinarily you would expect to have conscience. And one of them resides around this municipality. And even the second one, yes, he might have another house outside this municipality in Limpopo. Possibilities are very high that he also spends most of his time around this municipality. And therefore, to say much at this point in time, we will be jeopardizing the case. They will be appearing tomorrow so that we get a sense as to whether are they remorseful of what they have done, or they still maintain that, you know, they don't care, you know, they did it because of they want to do what they did, which in our view, it is extremely insensitive and extremely inhuman for them to do such a barbaric action to Ugogo. So this is totally unacceptable. There's no man in his sober mind who will ever accept such action to have happened. even if it wasn't for her, even you can imagine even yourself or any other person, you know, it is completely unacceptable, you know, a stranger invading your house, you know, no one likes that. Nobody likes that. Everyone who comes to your house, you must be comfortable. That person must be invited in by yourself. But the moment somebody decides out of his own whim, in a very clandestine way, to get into your house, it's problematic. It's something that does not heal that easily. You know, it takes time for you to forget about that incident. Hence, we are saying, yes, these two men, they must face the full might of the law. And we've got confidence that our police will do everything within their power to make sure that they arrest these people.
In an answer of yes or no, out of those 7 that have been arrested so far, is there any one belonging from the family?
No, none of them belongs to the family.
Okay, you also indicated that tomorrow they will be appearing in court. In which court, can you tell us?
In the court here, Mtuchan. Yes, there is a court here, the local one. It's called Mtuchan. That's where they will be appearing.
Sorry, Premier, just one last question from me. I'm just trying to get a sense of how Gogo is. Is she okay? I'm sure she was quite relieved with regards to the arrests that have been made. But also I'm sure she feels extremely vulnerable and scared because of what happened to her.
Yeah, she's in a good spirit right now with a sense of relief, you know. But obviously she's still not completely content with what happened to her. Somehow it will always creep in. It's normal because it had a psychological effect to her. And therefore, but what gives comfort to her is that at least justice has been done in this regard, which that calmed her down a bit. And she is surrounded by family members, which from time to time would give her comfort, so that, you know, this thing that doesn't work her out. And as we were briefing her of the developments as they happen, you know, she had this sense of relief that at least something has been done in this regard. And yes, she's looking forward to go to the court tomorrow. Yeah, so that she can see what happened. Who are these people? Because she didn't see the guy, you know. She was just abruptly apprehended on that day, and she could not get to see the face of the person. For the first time, she will be seeing this guy facially. Probably she'll have an opportunity to talk to the guy. I don't know. And how is she gonna feel tomorrow? But yes, we are quite happy to see her in a state in which she is. She's healing very well, both physically and emotionally. And she seems to be a very strong woman. Yes. She is, I must say, a very strong woman. It's like she understands what is happening, you know, old as she may be. But yeah, she's not so worried. All that worried her is that what is it that we are doing about this situation? You know, now that she's got answers to what has happened to her, that came with a sense of relief, and she's in a good state, in a very good mood. She's looking forward to go to the court.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we thank you for your time.
This is #5 News. This is Nguni. Yes.
All right, so we came into that briefing from the Mpumalanga Premier just a little late, but from what I'm hearing, there are 7 people who are being held in some way around this incident, but 2, it seems, are likely to be charged with the crime, because she spoke about 2 men and no family relations, so definitely no member of the family involved at all. 2 men are going to appear in court tomorrow, and I think the other 5, she suggested, the Premier, that they might be held for further questioning, they might have more information.
Witnesses, she used the word
she
witnesses.
Did use the word
yeah,
witnesses.
She said that they might be witnesses, but also that they've managed to, this gun that was stolen, they've actually managed to confiscate it. So I'm guessing police managed to get that from one of the suspects who were arrested. The good news is that she says Mama Esther Mahlangu is in good spirits, and she's relieved, and she's actually looking forward to go to court tomorrow when these 2 suspects appear.